Hey guys, welcome. AW here, Air Warrior. Welcome to my channel, guys. Lane is Smackdown. Wrestling stream. If you're into wrestling, this is this channel for you, man. We're gonna talk wrestling. Right? Wrestling down below. Make sure to send super chats, chat whatever. We're gonna talk wrestling. Hope some of you can pop in. I would appreciate it if you can. If you're not into wrestling and you still want to check out the stream, go ahead. I think. Okay. Talk wrestling. I think I'm just gonna talk WWE today because I don't know if my friend's doing a show today. Let me check. I have a friend who might be doing a show today or not. Let me check briefly. Let me see. Show tonight. No show. No show, looks like. Yep, no show. Okay. Whatever. Still not gonna go that long. Well, an hour or so maybe at best. I got a drink. Help me with when I talk. We're gonna talk WWE Clash in Paris review. I know I should have made a review yesterday as a video, but I'm gonna do it on the stream here. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below, please. Do all that for me, please. It really helps out. So yeah, once again, we're gonna talk WWE Clash in Paris. Roman Reigns, obviously. We're gonna talk what's happened on Raw, and obviously we're gonna talk about rumors of a return, maybe. Okay, and then we're gonna cut it there. But yeah, so this is a latest Smackdown. This is a new show. I used to have an old show on my other channel called It's Let's Talk Wrestling. But I've moved everything back to this channel. So and I might as well just start with a new show. Basically the same stuff. But I'm gonna call it latest Smackdown. That's actually my channel name back then. That was actually my channel name. But I can't really focus on the second channel right now. So I'm just gonna focus on this channel. All right. So, and I'll be right back very briefly. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Also, do me a favor. Click notifications when I go live or a video pops up. I noticed I've been getting a lot of subs lately, but I've noticed you haven't been checking out my streams. But if you're seeing this, whether it's live or not, please come click on notification when I go live or when a video pops up. Okay? I do have a video coming up later tonight, though. Let you all know. Alright, let's get into the review. Clash in Paris. How can I say this? I like the event. Clash in Paris to me was solid overall, but not from top to bottom. Say this. From top to bottom, it was not. It was a solid overall. Not one of the best premium live events, but it was okay. It was solid overall. It's mid tier, and particularly one match. One match on the card was really brought down the show for me. Okay. And I think you might know which match that is, but we're going to get to that match. All right, so we're going to kick it off. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed, the Tribal Thief, as he's been penned now, right? Because he's been leading up to this match, he's been stealing Roman Reigns' sneakers, custom-made sneakers. Okay. Now everybody knew that Roman Reigns after this event was going to go film Street Fighter, the movie Street Fighter, the same film that Cody Rhodes is doing right now. Yeah, so both of them are in the film together, right? So, but there's different schedules. They have different schedules. That's what happens in the industry. Different filming schedules. Okay, so Roman schedule is a little different. Filming schedule for Street Fighter is different. Okay. That's obvious. But so we got this match: Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed, two big, massive wrestlers. Especially Bronson Reed is a massive guy, but agile and quick, and he's not just a big guy. He's surprisingly quick. He could fly. Okay. Okay. Now this match, this match was hard hitting. Hard hitting. Okay. Two big meaty guys, hard hitting, all around. Roman Reigns Roman Reigns. The thing about Roman Reigns you have to understand. He either starts the show or ends the show. He's never in the middle. He's either an opener or a closer. The best way to describe it. In this case, he was an opener because this show, the premium live event, obviously preludes to the main event. What happens in the aftermath of this match was important for the main event of Clash in Paris. So yeah, obviously you guys are watching. You've probably seen this. Yes, show event. You know Roman Reigns wins here. Roman Reigns wins here, right? Roman Reigns gets the win over Bronson Reed. But for another 15 to 20 minutes, there's no angle going on, right? There's angle to be had. Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman begs. I love, him, Paul Heyman. Begs, so he doesn't get hurt, so Roman Reigns doesn't hurt him. I love you, my Tribal Chief. whatever. And he has the shoes. And Roman tells him, give me the shoes, give me the sneakers. Paul Heyman gives the sneakers, but Paul Heyman puts him in the chokehold. And chokes, and no, Roman Reigns puts Paul Heyman in the chokehold, and Roman Reigns chokes out Paul Heyman. But we see Roman Reigns with his sneakers, crazy times. Okay. Sneakers, right? Sneakers on top of the broadcast. And all of a sudden, as he was throwing it to the crowd, one sneaker at a time, Braun Breaker out of nowhere spears the hell out of him. Okay? Spears the living daylights out of Roman. Great spear. Like Braun Breaker has a great spear. And that's not the end of it, right? That's not the end of not the end. Okay, it's not the end. Okay. Braun and Bronson get Paul Heyman. But Braun sees Roman getting up. So he's, I'm going to spear the hell out of him again. So he spears Roman again. Okay? Now, this is the point where the doctors came in, the gurney, they had to bring in a gurney. Okay? This has got to a point where, you know what? We're not done beating Roman Reigns. Bronson Reed comes in. Braun Breaker comes back in the ring. Jey Uso tries to save his cousin. He managed to get a little bit of offense, but in the end, it was not enough. They managed to take him out. While this was going on, Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns is on the gurney, so he couldn't defend himself. Bronson Reed 3 splashes on Roman Reigns. Okay. And so Roman Reigns, after successfully defeating Bronson, was beaten badly, severely badly, had to be carried out on a stretcher, on a gurney on a stretcher, right, to a local hospital, whatever, right? So, okay, so this is writing off Roman Reigns, okay? They're writing off Roman Reigns here because I made a video on this yesterday. You might have seen it earlier today. So they made a video on this. He's going to go film Street Fighter, and that's being filmed in Australia. Okay? Okay, that's being filmed in Australia. Roman Reigns is going to go, so he's going to be written off. They do an injury angle, so they're going to write him off. Same thing they did Cody, so they could be filming in Australia. Cody, his filming schedule, his filming for the film was a little earlier than Roman. And maybe a little maternity leave with the birth of his second child. I doubt it, but whatever. Okay? So so this is them to write off Roman Reigns. He'll come back. Don't know how long he's going to film for. I don't think it's going to be long. A couple months maybe. At least a month or two. I don't know how big of a role he is in this film. Okay? Don't know how big a role he has in this film. Okay? As you all know. Don't know how big. Okay. Okay? So that's why he's been right off for the Street Fighter. Now Cody. Okay? He'll be back. A tribal chief. Your tribal chief, my tribal chief will be back. Okay? And he'll be kicking ass and taking names, prisoners, whatever. Okay? What he does best. Okay? So, okay, we go to the next match. Next match is a tag team match. The Smackdown titles. The Wyatts, Wyatt 6 taking on the Street Bucks. Now, this match was quite good. It was quite good, entertaining. Very athletic, very back and forth. But the story of this match yes, the Street Profits lost, obviously, but the story with this match is there problems? Is there issues among the Street Profits? Because it seems in the beginning of the match they're having issues, problems like communication issues. Who wants to start out the match and stuff? Are we getting close to a breakup between the Profits? Are we going to see on SmackDown? On SmackDown, are we going to get continuation of that? Are we going to get any thing coming out of that? Like, are we just going to ignore that, or are we going to continue that, bring that up? Support. Are we going to get finally to see? I don't know. One of them turn. Now, obviously, a lot of people have been saying this for years that Montez Ford by now should have broken out away as a single star because he's clearly the most talented and most charismatic of the two. And it feels like to me, the Street Profits, even they're changing music in a little bit. They're at a point where the Street Profits, to me, they're better off as going in their individual ways. I don't think there's anything left for them to do. I think they're just better off breaking up. They're stale. They're very stale. They're boring. They're boring. The Street Profits are boring. I'm saying it right now. The Street Profits are boring right now. And I think it's time. I think it's time. I think they had the run. I think the run went a little too long, but I think it's time for the run to end. The Street Profits. I think it's time to break them up, have them go their separate ways. I think it's time. Now, I want to know what you guys think. Whatever, if you're watching this, tell me what you guys think. What do you guys think about that? The Street Profits? Okay. Tell me in the comments or just like. Whatever. Okay. Next match is the match I've been talking about. This is the Women's Intercontinental title match. Okay. And this match, yeah, I'm sorry, but this match was not good. This was not good. Not a good match. There was definitely a lot of timing issues, a lot of communication issues, a lot of mistakes. This was Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. And the mistakes and the spots were very noticeable in this match. Very noticeable. And people were laughing at one of the spots. I'm not talking about the disaster kick off the top rope where Nikki Bella was supposed to kick Becky Lynch and Becky Lynch wasn't in position. I'm not talking about that spot. That was a bad communication spot. That was a bad spot too. Don't get me wrong. That's a horrible spot, a horrible botch on both ends. No question about that. Okay? But the spot when they're outside the ring, and you might see them, when they're outside the ring, Nikki had Becky's head, and they're smashing her head into the table. I don't know how many times. A lot. It seems like a lot. But it was so ridiculously bad because you see Becky's arms and hands blocking your face, right? Blocking your face. You're supposed to, when you're getting your head smashed, when your opponent's supposed to smash your head, if you see slow motion, when your opponent smashes your head, whether it's a turnbuckle or a table, whatever, in slow motion, you'll see the person getting their head smashed. They put their face in front to protect themselves. In this, it was so obvious. It was way too obvious. It looked really, really bad. Really, really bad. And okay. And then, yeah, like I said, a disaster kick. No, this is Becky Lynch's. No, this is Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella was the one hung here. Okay, shout out TJ. Then I watched the disaster kick from Nikki Bella, and I'm sorry, but Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella. She's slow in the ring, and she's not good in the ring. I'm sorry, but she's not good in the ring. She's 41 years old. I don't know how much practice she had got the ring was, but this okay. Yeah. You know what, Brad? If I saw that, Brad, if I was Becky Lynch, I would have laughed at that. I'd be like, yeah, I would have be like, you know what? If I was Becky as a heel, I'd be like, ha, you fucked up as a heel. I would play it off of that. But Nikki is 41 years old. She's slow in the ring, okay, and she's just not believable. And sorry, like Nikki, Nikki was the top of the women's division when the women's wrestlers were shit, all of them shit. Okay, okay, all of them were bad. This is not a good match. The end of the match, and and Becky lately has. I agree with Red. I agree with Red. Like Becky is not the best in the ring either. I think she's starting to be exposed. She's getting older. She's good on the mic. But that's about it. Like she's starting to get a little bit. She's. I say Becky is a little average. She's better than Nikki and Bella in the ring, but with you could put Becky with a women's wrestler in the ring. You have a decent match. I don't know if you could do that with Nikki. Okay, but yeah, this match was not good. It was a horrible match. I don't know why there were some people. Some people. I was reading the comments in X. Some people saying, "Oh, this is a good match. This is a good match. Like, it was a good match." No, it fucking wasn't. What match were you guys watching? And the worst stands are coming back. The worst wrestling stands are coming back. Okay? The worst wrestling stands are coming back. The Nikki Bella stands are coming back. And oh my God, the Bella stands were some of the worst stands in wrestling. Oh my God. They're coming back. They're coming back. This match was horrible. It's not good. Okay. These stands are making a comeback. I do not like it. The Bella stands, oh my God. In 2014, 2015, the Bella stands were like, Nikki Bella's the best women's wrestler. Yeah. Who did she face? The AJ Lee who was phoning it in that wanted to leave wrestling? Yes. I just say AJ Lee on purpose for another reason. Oh, Paige, who was better than freaking Paige in the 2014 was better than Nikki Bella, but they buried her. I know Noel Gonzalez. I know. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not watching WrestlePalooza. I'm not watching WrestlePalooza because I'll be at AEW All Out. So I won't see John Cena versus Rock live. Okay. I mean, they buried the women's division in 2015 with Nikki Bella because they had no good women in 2015 until they called up Becky, Charlotte, and Mercedes Moné, and whatever. Okay. Longest he was champion. You see the fucking division back then? It was awful. Man, I was watching the NXT women's division. NXT's women's division was better back then. God, I hope they don't bring back Brie, man. Don't bring back Brie because Brie might be the worst women's wrestler in the world. Her husband is not a good trainer if he can't train Brie Bella to wrestle. Brian Dawson might be one of the best top 5 wrestlers healthy in the world, but he's definitely not one of the best trainers in the world. That's for sure. Shut up, Red. I bet you if it was Vancouver, you would go. Okay. Till end of the PG-13 era, I finally gave up WWE. Yeah, like Brie is like, if Brie ever came back, she'd be the worst wrestler in the whole world, man. Women's wrestler, women's and men. Okay, that's a fact. Okay. Also, okay. So then we got the Donnybrook brawl between Sheamus and Rusev. Yeah, this was clearly an AEW style match because they're kicking out everything with false finishes and all this shit. This is AEW kind of stuff. Okay, really. Okay, man. Rusev put an accolade on Sheamus like 3 times. Oh, what was a great scene in this was when he was on top of the barrels. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that, Red. I remember that. Top of the barrels, and Rusev had Sheamus in the accolade with the shillelagh, the broken shillelagh, and he couldn't tap out because yet, despite being in no DQ and no counts, you still have to win the match in the ring by submission or pinning. But man, this match was these matches are too big. This match is featured two big beefy men who are just wanting to show who's the alpha of this, right? Who's the most dominant. And Rusev came on the winning end because he just came back from WWE. So I'm sure she's going to put him over. And they're going to try, I hope, like, they continue this because remember, Rusev, they built up Rusev strong when he first came into WWE, and then they completely buried him. They kind of buried him after John Cena and Roman Reigns. Okay, the John Cena feud and then the Roman Reigns feud a year later. And that's when they were punishing Roman Reigns. They had Roman Reigns and Rusev feud, but that was more of a punishment for Roman Reigns because of Roman Reigns' failed drug test. Okay, yeah, Roman Reigns, yep. But these guys are nuts. This match, man. And what you see, they also decorated the scenery for this match. They had the Bulgarian flags and the Irish flags. And I'm like, this is fucking France. Why would I fucking care about the Bulgarian flag and Irish flag? I know Sheamus is Irish, but and Rusev's Bulgarian, but man, why? Man. Now these two should be a team. They should tag up. These two should be a tag team. But they're going to go down the solo routes. Hey, TJ, is Tony taking a day off tonight? But man. And then we got John Cena versus Logan Paul. Okay. This match was good. Logan Paul, look, as much as I hate Logan Paul as a person, I think he's cocky, arrogant, whatever, same thing. Full of himself, whatever. Tension seeker, tension horror, holiday. Well, it's fucking Labor Day. He's good in the ring. Logan Paul is good in the ring, and that him as a person plays very well as him as a character in the ring too. Okay. Now this is John Cena's last match in Europe. And also going into this match, it was revealed that no detracting tonight, man. This is my only stream tonight. Going into this match, John Cena needed two more wins to 100. So he's at 98. A Primo Live event. Oh, Logan can wrestle. Come on, man. Okay. Now this match. Now the thing about this, John Cena. There's the thing with John Cena, right? He calls the spots out. That was a bad running uppercut, though. Yeah, he hit him in the chest. But John Cena, the thing about John Cena is very noticeable. This has been noticeable for years. You can hear the spots. He is a loud spot caller. He's a loud spot caller. You can see his mouth moving when he's on the ground, yelling out, or he's saying something like, do this, yeah, we'll do this, blah, blah, blah. He's one of the loudest at it. Okay. Now this is getting to a point where Logan Paul is kicking out of everything too. Same as Cena. I mean, Cena's different. Cena is John Cena. He should be kicking out a lot of stuff. He should be on his last few matches. He should be like the Hulk Hogan of WWE, where he kicks out of things. But he shouldn't Hulk up, or I'm not going to call it Cena up. Cena up. He should be Super Cena. What I think he should do. This is not going to happen. But if Brock Lesnar F5s him, he should just get up like Sting. Sting back in the WCW days, like Sting, we get pile driven or something like that, and we just get up. Hogan would get body slam or finishing move done by him, kicks out, and all of a sudden he hawks up. I think Cena, to finish out his career, needs to do something like that. Just do something like that. Just for the last few matches. This is Brock. He's gonna end up facing Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar is a powerhouse and a monster, a freaking beast. Like obviously, you're not gonna want him to hawk up like that, but I think you should. F5 hawks up. John Cena should pull out the you. I don't think so. Would he get booed if he did that? I don't think they would care. You, brother. No, it'd be like this. You! I think the big boot, whatever. All right? Yeah, but John Cena gets the win here. 99 wins. People thought earlier there Brock Lesnar was going to come, right? But here's the thing. His match was placed 5th before the main event. That would tell you, if his match was placed 5th before the main event, Brock Lesnar was not going to come. And Brock Lesnar was not in France at the time anyway. He was in Alberta, I think. Yeah, he was in Alberta. He lives in Canada, and I think one of his kids plays hockey. Yeah, he's like hockey, man. Then we got to the main event, the Fatal 4. Too late now, buddy. Too late now. Now send me super chats, like, share, subscribe. Okay. Now the main event, the Fatal 4-Way match. Now, right? Since the beatdown earlier in the show by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker to Roman Reigns, Adam Pearce forbade them and kicked them out of the arena, right? And if they interfere in any capacity, they'll be suspended indefinitely. Okay. This match is a Fatal 4. LA Knight, Jey Uso, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. Now, the three faces couldn't get along here. There was a point in this match where let's push Seth Rollins through the table. All three of us team up, push Seth Rollins through the table. Well, that fucked up big time. He fucked up that big time. And there's a point in the match where LA Knight bumped CM Punk into the table. Well, the table didn't break. The table it was supposed to break, but it didn't break. And you know that famous meme, that famous line, those videos where the tables don't break. You hear, "I am the table." Okay. That happened. Okay. LA Knight went for an elbow drop with Seth Rollins on the announce table. Seth Rollins moved out of the way, and LA Knight managed to take himself out of the match. He curbs up Jey Uso, who was out on the side, and then it was up to him and CM Punk. CM Punk was down and out, so Seth Rollins just wanted to get rid of him, injure him, put him out of his misery, whatever. Pushes CM Punk's head through the chair, sets up the chair, and pushes CM Punk's head through the chair, right? The chair. He's going to go curb stomp his face onto the chair, right? What happened is, when he was about to do that, Punk moved his head out of the hole of the chair. And Seth damaged, injured his leg, his knee, whatever. And CM Punk hits the first GTS, and then Seth bumped off the ropes onto the shoulders of CM Punk, right? And then as he's going for the final GTS, somebody all dressed in black with a mask came in. I knew it was Becky Lynch right away because I saw some of the red hair. Okay? I saw some of the red hair and all that. I'm like, yeah, I know that's Becky Lynch. And I knew it was a female. It was a body shape of female. I knew I saw the red hair. I knew it was Becky Lynch right away. Okay? People were suggesting a fourth member, something like that, of Division, but I knew it was Becky Lynch right away. Goes low blows. CM Punk, right? And Seth Rollins hits a curb stomp. CM Punk and retains the title. And then, it's obviously revealed that it was Becky Lynch helps with her husband, husband and wife, WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion and World Heavyweight Champion. That's the review of Clash in Paris. I say it's a mid-tier show, 6 or 7. I think if the women's match was better, I could have given it an 8. I think the first match was good. Okay. Yeah, it was just really one. The matches were overall fine, except the women's match. That match was bad, and I'm confident to say if Naomi didn't get hurt and we had a women's title match. Because I still think if Naomi didn't get pregnant, I still think it would be Stephanie Fouquier versus Naomi because I think that Naomi would have attained over Io Sky anyway. I think that match would have been better. But things happen, right? Things happen, right? To change the plans. Okay. So yeah, that's now everybody since Seth and Becky are married. Everybody at the end of the show, AJ Lee. All right. So I believe it. I was trying to believe it. I wasn't believing AJ Lee was ever going to come back to WWE. Well, now I'm starting to because of Raw. I'm going to talk Raw. This is not really a Raw review, but I will talk Raw. And there is a video on upload around 11:30 midnight my time that I made already talking about AJ Lee, more of an extended video of AJ Lee, but it's not really extended actually, if you ask me. I'll probably talk about it similar length. Making sure you don't want to ring more times. Okay. Yeah, so with the AJ Lee thing, right? On Raw, earlier today, CM Punk was waiting in the parking lot for Seth Rollins. He was pissed. He was mad. As the show went on, Punk had enough. He decided, hijacked before the main event, hijacked the ring, hijacked the show. So he goes out to the ring, takes a mic, calls out Seth Rollins. Instead, Seth Rollins' music hits, but instead Becky Lynch does a Seth Rollins taunt. You know how, right? And then Becky and Seth go back and forth. Becky and Punk go back and forth. Started to get all personal. Becky blames CM Punk for the CM Punk chants They're back in her days. I don't know, all that. Main event WrestleMania, whatever, bunch of shit. She's blaming him for her problems in the past, right? And CM Punk was just laughing. Was laughing at his ass. It was just like laughing. And then, but Seth Rollins came out. Okay. Dared CM Punk to go after him. As CM Punk was going to try to go after Becky, Becky kept in his way, and I thought he was going to give her the GTS right there. I did. I thought she was going to give her to go to sleep, but Seth Rollins walks backstage, turns around to Becky, and Becky starts slapping him and hitting him on the chest. Trying to get under his skin, trying to make him mad, right? And CM Punk was mad, and he was trying to, right? She wanted him to hit her, right? Okay, or do something to her. And Punk kept his cool and talked to Mike and said to Becky, and basically Seth and Becky, I'm warning you, Seth and Becky. I'm warning you. Basically, he warned her, and Seth walks out, and Becky is just berating him more and more and saying, nah, goodbye, all that shit. Just berating him more and more, and like Punk stops. Is like you would think he would go back in the ring and give her the GTS. Well, Punk goes backstage. Now, I wanted him to give Becky the GTS. Okay? I wanted that. I wanted Punk to give Becky the GTS to go to sleep. I would have been so much better. I mean, I would do that. I would allow that. WWE should allow it. AEW allows that. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of man or women violence or women and men violence. Come on, just let it happen. She's a trained wrestler. She could take the fall. She could take the bump. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? It wouldn't be the first time that happened to her. Okay? I have no problem with just do it. I don't know why WWE is afraid to do that. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. So CM Punk goes backstage and wants to go after Seth Rollins again. Well, Adam Pearce comes up. To CM Punk and is like, Seth just left the building. And CM Punk is like, I'm going to go after him. And Adam Pearce is like, you know where he works, right? You know he works, right? So, okay. Yeah, they work in the same company. So they can be in the same building. And CM Punk's like, where's Smackdown this week? Because he knows where Smackdown is. But he just won Adam Pearce to say for suspense, to get people out of reaction. Adam Pearce is like, Chicago, your town. And CM Punk's, that guy knows somebody from Chicago. And that just alludes to more speculation of AJ Lee's return to the WWE. And I'm starting to believe it more and more. Because of all what happened yesterday, and even after today. I'm like, yeah, I think she's coming back. I think she's coming back, AJ Lee, to be with her husband, to tackle CM Punk. CM Punk and AJ Lee to tackle Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Okay? Now, the thing about AJ Lee, if she does come back, ring work, rust, right? Okay? Because she's going to get a huge pop. She's going to get a mega pop, AJ Lee. She was so damn popular back in 2013, 2014, 2015. She was a standout in the women's division, and she got involved with a lot of the male storylines, right? The Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan storyline, right? Oh, and when she turned crazy, the crazy storyline with she's falling for CM Punk and Kane and John Cena, and then she turns to John Cena and joins Dolph Ziggler. Remember that? Right? People just fall in love with that woman. Okay? If she's coming back, and now, because she is married to CM Punk, so we all know that. Okay? If she's coming back, now, I don't think I would have done this on SmackDown. If she's coming back at SmackDown, not foregone conclusions, but it's very alluded and hinted to that she's coming on SmackDown. CM Punk she's coming back on SmackDown based on the interaction with Pierce and CM Punk today backstage in Raw. But I don't think I would have her come back to SmackDown. And this because Seth and Becky and Lynch is not there, the big moment, the excitement to me is not. It's I want to say it's non-existent because it'll be great to see her back. I just think the moment would be bigger if Seth and Becky Lynch were in the ring at the same time, or something. Okay. I think I'd rather have her come back on Raw. Because Seth and Becky is assigned brand. And yes, it's CM Punk's assigned brand. But the brand split doesn't really matter. But I don't think they're going to be there, Seth and Becky at SmackDown. So Raw, I would do this on Raw. I know it's Chicago. And Chicago's big for CM Punk. He's from there, right? I get it from his standpoint. But from a bigger standpoint, from more of an impact standpoint, I think I'd rather have Becky and Seth in the ring. And I'll just do this. CM Punk comes out to start the show, challenges Becky and Seth to a mixed tag team match, maybe for Wrestle Blues or whatever. Seth and Becky come promo and say, "You versus us? You don't have a partner. You don't have a partner." And CM Punk just takes the mic and says, "Actually, I do." And that's when you hear AJ Lee's music hits. AJ Lee comes back with a big reaction to the crowd, soaking it in, and then skips down the ring to be by her man. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't have her do it on SmackDown because I don't think the impact would be as big. I mean, it'll be huge. I mean, she'll get a reaction, make a reaction, and she'll be trending on X, social media, obviously. But I'm thinking a little bit bigger. I'm thinking a little bigger, and how it'd be more interesting if Seth and Becky were in the ring, and you have this in a challenge for a mixed tag team match. That's how I would do it. But here's the thing: I'm not WWE. I'm not creative. Me and Red, we can start our own federation, our own wrestling company. Right, Red? We're gonna start our own wrestling company. I know he wants to start our own wrestling company with. Okay. All right, and we're gonna sign Finbar to be our first talent. I'm gonna demand Tony do a show today. We demand Tony do a show. All right. Is there anything else I'm going to talk about? No. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah. So WrestlePalooza, we're going to get a new WWE Women's World Champion, Io Sky and Stephanie Fakir. Because Io Sky is originally going to challenge Naomi for the title. Naomi got pregnant, so they put the belt on hold. And Stephanie Fakir was originally supposed to be number one contender for the title at Clash of Champions. Not Clash of Champions, Clash in Paris. But now we're going to have Io Sky versus Stephanie Fakir at WrestlePalooza. And these two women going at it. You get like a 5-star instant classic from this match. Now, the story with this match. Now, you did not see Stephanie Fakir on TV today. You just saw Adam Pearce announce her to be in the match at WrestlePalooza. But it's more to deal with Io Sky's relationship between the Kabuki Warriors, and Rhea. Okay? Asuka does not want Io Sky to have any relationship outside of her and Kairi Sane. Not with Rhea, not even Bella, who was just there for a couple seconds with Io. Not even there. And the Kabuki Warriors are going for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Well, obviously, Io is in the title match to become the vacant Women's Champion, right? World Champion. Also, you see tensions build up with Asuka and Rhea Ripley, right? Starting to get a little bit more personal between them. Okay. Uh, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what's going to happen to WrestlePalooza. Who's turning? Asuka turning? Rhea turning? I don't think it'd be a good idea for Rhea to turn because she's hugely over with the fans. And the thing about Rhea, she's always backstage. She barely wrestles. There has to be a reason why. But we'll see for sure. AEW bits. It's good to see Kenny coming to Hangman's aid on Dynamite. These two have so much history together. Obviously, from the Bullet Club days, Ring of Honor days, AEW days. I mean, early AEW days, they were tag team AEW. Then they became bitter rivals. Then they became part of the Elite again. And now looks like they're forming a tag team. And they're going to have a match, a 8-man tag team match with Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight versus Don Callis family. So Hangman and Omega are teaming up again. It's good to see them. I hope Omega's okay. I'm really, really worried about his overall health and his longevity in this business. Looks like Alex Windsor is going to challenge Mercedes Moné for a TBS title tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. Okay. What else? Oh, that's about it. Daniel Garcia is getting involved with John Moxley on Collision. Okay. Daniel Garcia versus Moxley next week on Collision. Officially Edge, Adam Copeland, and Christian Cage are going to face FTR in Toronto. I'm going to be there. Hopefully that's going to be an awesome match. I mean, the reaction those two are going to get. Man, I hope Omega wrestles there too, man. Omega's Canadian, so he should wrestle on AEW All Out, right? He should wrestle on AEW All Out. He's Canadian, man. You can't have him not be there. Okay? Well, yes, like I said, Tony Khan, HBO Max might show the people live events or whatever. Okay. What else? What else is there? Nothing in the Waja situation. Waja Jackson still hasn't been arrested or charged with anything. I'm surprised it's taken a week. I guess they're looking at it, and it's not as easy as everybody else would think it'd be. I mean, like everybody else would think that should be assault, aggravated assault, or maybe even murder. I guess the police are looking at it differently than everybody else. Because how can they differentiate between a work and not a work? A fake or not fake? And because I would think by now, if they knew, they would have charged them already. If they're for sure, they would have charged them already. I'm surprised. All right, so I think that's it. Now I don't know where my next show is going to be. I'll let you guys